construction equipment owns large quantities of earthwork equipment to handle projects of any magnitude. The company has sufficient field jobs utilizing modern earth mover methods and the latest techniques. They have become able to achieve scheduled targets with high quality. They also have experience in completing several contracts of all types of earthwork, roadwork, and rock work, dismantling, and land leveling. The most common methods used by the company in earth moving is to employ a number of excavators, wheel loaders, and haulers to prepare, excavate, load, and transport soil. This method is more beneficial when the hauling distances and material quantities involved are relatively large. The second method is to use more independent equipment such as scrapers and wheel loaders to carry out the entire process, and this method is more appropriate when the transport distance is short. Depending on the scope and working condition of each project, different operation methods and machine types should be selected to maximize the overall performance of the operation. Earth moving may include site preparation, excavation, embankment construction, etc. The types of equipment used for earthwork have made the construction work easier. Now the question that arises is, up to which level is this equipment helpful and successful in construction work? Is the operation of this equipment easy? Hello students, and welcome to the lecture on equipment for earthwork, where we will learn about earth-moving equipment and the operations performed by them. After the lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives: discuss earthworks operations, understand earth-moving operations, explain the types of earthwork equipment, discuss trucks and hauling equipment. Let's start with a brief introduction to equipment for earthwork. Earthworks are engineering projects made with soil and loose rock. Using earth in engineering is one of the oldest applications of engineering. Earth is cheap and readily available. It can be hard to handle, especially in large volumes, and certain properties of soils can pose a hindrance. But these obstacles can be overcome when constructing earthworks. In construction, earthworks can be used to make foundations, retaining walls, and sometimes entire structures. In this case, they may be backed with rock and other materials. Earthworks are also used in engineering tasks, such as making canals, changing the course of rivers, or altering the grade of a road. Let's discuss the fundamentals of earthwork operations. Earthwork is the process that involves excavating, transporting, and compacting the surface of the earth at another location. There are four main processes in earthwork, that is, excavation, transportation, unloading, and compaction. In earthwork, there are three types of work: site clearance, the removal of light scrub, trees, existing structure, and topsoil; excavation of trenches and foundation. This small size of excavation happens when large bulk earth-moving plants cannot be used. Bulk excavation, the excavation that performs the larger excavation work, such as cut and fill, shallow cut and fill, and also basement excavation. Earthwork operations are one of the necessary kinds of operations, which are conducted in case of construction of any level of complexity. Foundation is an essential and important part of any building. Excavation and laying a foundation are basic stages of construction, as reliability of the whole building depends on the quality of these operations. Stripping is made with the help of modern machinery and equipment, which significantly reduces the time of the works. Earth moving is the process of moving soil or rock from one location to another and processing it so that it meets construction requirements such as location, elevation, density, moisture content, etc.
Next up on Monster Machines, we're slicing and dicing up dirt with an awesome earth-shaving machine. It's the Miskin SP-C24. Stretching 16 feet wide, 26 feet long, and 6 feet high. The $63,000 Miskin SP-C24 is the world's largest towed scraper. Its job? To scour and smooth the soil ready for freeway construction, like here in Holly Springs, Mississippi.
The scraper is like a wheelbarrow on steroids. Why we're using the Miskin 24 is because the volume of the dirt that they move saves us from having to put multiple machines on a project like this, where one or two of these type units can move as much as 3 and 4 of the smaller type, conventional type scrapers.
They're used for road construction, waste field sites, reclamation of river bottoms, golf courses, practically anywhere that you got any dirt to move, they're used for that purpose.
Pulled by a 425 horsepower 8-tire tractor, traveling at 4 to 6 miles per hour. The Miskin SP-C24 can slice its 14-foot-long 3-piece steel blade into the earth below with a ground-gutting 2,500 pounds per square inch of pressure. Filling its bucket in just 30 seconds flat. Each monstrous mouthful contains a massive 24 cubic yards of material. Snap on another unit, and that volume doubles to a phenomenal 48 yards.
Some material weighs up as much as 3,000 pounds per cubic yard, and the math works out to where it'd be 70,000 plus pounds payload per scraper, which would be a 140,000 pound payload.
That adds up to 1.4 million pounds an hour, or 14 million pounds of earth scraped a day, a weight almost equivalent to that of the Eiffel Tower. And that takes the stress and strain out of rut-free road construction, smoothing the way for America's motorists one slice at a time.
There's nothing else that I've seen like it.
Earth moving may include site preparation, excavation, embankment construction, backfilling, dredging, preparing base course, subbase, subgrade, compaction, and road surfacing. Earth-moving equipment. Earthwork operations are highly equipment-driven processes, and the equipment costs constitute a major part of the investment and operating costs. In general, the most frequently employed equipment for earthworks are dozers, scrapers, wheel loaders, excavators, haul trucks, and compactors. Excavators are construction machines originally designed for excavating earth and loading it onto haul trucks. The bucket is connected to the vehicle's cabin by a 2-part articulated arm. The earth-moving process. In an earth-moving process, a preparation step is needed if the material to be moved is not suitable for immediate loading. Loading is the process of transporting earth from the prepared pile into trucks. Wheel loaders and excavators are the most employed machinery for loading. Did you know there are many typical earthworks which include roads, railway beds, causeways, dams, levees, canals, and berms? Other common earthworks are land grading to reconfigure the topography of a site or to stabilize slopes. Let's now talk about the types of earthwork equipment. Tractors. The tractor is a heavy equipment initially built for farm works. its main function consisting of pulling agricultural machineries, plows, seed drills, harrows, etc. With its strong frame, the tractor imposes itself like a heavy equipment that can be used by other industries. The tractor categories are wheel tractors. The most popular of all, the wheel tractor, is used for heavy duties. The wheel tractor can be equipped with many attachments allowing many possible tasks. Utility tractor. Small tractor used for maintenance and gardening. The utility tractor comes most of the time with one or more of the attachments: lawnmower, snowblower, and chipper. Crawler tractor. Less common than the wheel tractor, the crawler tractor is built to evolve on difficult grounds. Motor graders. Motor graders are used in excavation and precision finishing in the final shaping of surfaces where pavement will be laid. They come in all types and sizes and are used for a number of construction jobs. Scrapers. The design of scrapers, tractor scrapers, allows for loading, hauling, dumping, and spreading of loose materials. It's used for medium-haul earth-moving operations and for moving ripped materials and shot rock. Bulldozer. A bulldozer is a heavy piece of earth-moving equipment which uses a front-mounted dozer blade to push soil forward and create a level surface for construction sites. Different types of bulldozer blades. There are several different types of bulldozer blades used on the large earth-moving machines. Classified by letter nomenclature, the bulldozer blades are straight blades, or S-blade, universal blade, U-blade, and combination blade, SU blade. They are each used for a particular application. The most common type of bulldozer blade is the S-blade, used for the purpose of pushing earth and doing general land clearing. This S-blade is also used for fine finish grading. The long, wide blade makes pushing materials long distance difficult. The U-blade is more adept at pushing materials over a long distance. These bulldozer blades are taller, slightly curved, and have large spill plates attached to each end of the blade to keep materials from spilling out over a long push. The SU blade is a combination of both the S and U blades. These types of bulldozer blades are shorter than and not as wide as the S blades and feature smaller side wings than the U blades. Bulldozer operator. A bulldozer operator runs a tractor which is fitted with a bulldozer blade. Bulldozers are used to move soil, rock, and other materials in a wide variety of settings, ranging from the battlefield to construction sites. Excavators. An excavator is a construction vehicle used to dig or move large objects. It's made up of two parts: a driving base and a powerful boom arm with an attachment designed for digging. The operator sits inside a small cab attached to the base and controls the arm. Excavator digger. An excavator digger is a special type of heavy machinery used to dig into the earth to do such things as create trenches and ditches, build roads, and erect new buildings. This type of machine is also useful in clearing large amounts of debris and grading the earth for large construction and landscaping projects. Rippers. A ripper is an attachment used for tearing and ripping apart earth, particularly hard or frozen ground, and other hard-to-dig materials. Loaders. Today, there are many types of vehicles that are used in construction. These typically include loaders, dump trucks, backhoes, and small bobcat loaders. A bucket loader is a special tractor that has a bucket in the front. This bucket is used for moving large amounts of dirt, gravel, or debris at a construction worksite. A bucket loader operator is an individual who drives a loader. He is responsible for loading and unloading material at a construction site. This job requires an understanding of worksite security and special loading considerations. Front-end loader. A front-end loader is a large engineering vehicle used to pick up and move materials. They are often used in construction sites to move materials into a dump truck, container, or other large piece of construction equipment. A front-end loader is also called a scoop loader, skip loader, or bucket loader. Dump trucks. The 5-ton family of medium tactile vehicles, or FMTV, and the 20-ton dump trucks can be used for a variety of purposes. Here we will, however, discuss dump trucks used primarily for hauling, dumping, and spreading earth, rock, or processed aggregates. Dumping or unloading. Always use spotters to control dumping operations. When dumping material that requires spreading, move the truck forward slowly while dumping the load. This makes spreading easier. Establish alternative dumping locations to maintain truck spacing when poor footing or difficult spotting slows the dumping operation. Preventative maintenance. Keep truck bodies clean and in good condition. Accumulations of rust, dirt, dried concrete, or bituminous materials hamper production. Consider the time spent cleaning and oiling dump bodies, particularly for asphalt or concrete hauling, when computing transportation requirements. Production estimates. The production capacity of the loading equipment is normally the hauling operation's controlling factor. Never keep loading equipment waiting. If there are not enough trucks, there will be a loss in production. Maintaining proper speed. Haul at the highest safe speed and in the proper gear without speeding. Speeding is unsafe and it's also hard on equipment. When several trucks are hauling, it's essential to maintain the proper speed to prevent hauling delays or bottlenecks at the loading and dumping sites. Equipment trailers uses. Use equipment trailers to transport heavy construction equipment such as cranes, dozers, or any equipment not designed for long-distance movement by their own power. Operation loading. For maximum efficiency, load trailers as close as possible to their related loading capacity. When loading, always station a spotter on the trailer to direct the equipment operator and to keep the machine centered on the ramps and trailer. Unloading. Unload heavy equipment slowly to prevent damage to the trailer or the equipment. Always use ramps to load and unload. Compacting equipment. Soil compaction is defined as the method of mechanically increasing the density of soil. In construction, this is a significant part of the building process. If performed improperly, settlement of the soil could occur and result in unnecessary maintenance costs or structure failure. The function of compaction equipment is to produce higher density soil mechanically. The basic forces used in compaction are static weight, kneading, impact, and vibration. Benefits of compaction are increases load-bearing capacity, prevents soil settlement, better stability, reduces water seepage, reduces shrinkage, and others. There are many types of compacting equipment such as plate compactor, trench rammer, vibrating roller, ride-on roller, tamping rammer, etc.
Working out the imperfections here on our subgrade amendment, this granular amendment. If you remember, we used this granular material, 57 stone, to change the gradation and increase the bearing capacity for our subgrade on this interlocking pavement driveway. We also used a type S and a lime stabilization as well. Now, if the clay wasn't as bad as in this situation, the percentage clay wasn't over 40%, we probably would have brought in a sheep's foot roller, come in here, use that ramming amplitude-based force to get this compacted. We determined right away we're going to have to amend it. Now, to amend it, we're going to use a vibratory plate compactor. And you can see this is a pretty big unit. I like it. It's reversible, so it saves me a lot of production time. It's diesel powered, so I've got a light fuel with the trucks that I'm running, and it compacts at a centrifugal force rating of over 12,000 pounds. So I can easily work this inch and a half layer of 57s, my lime, my type S, into that clay to get it to that level of density, which hopefully my nuclear density gauge test will give me the reading for.
Finishing equipment. Finishing operations follow closely behind excavation operations or compaction of embankments. Graders are multi-purpose machines used for finishing and shaping. The grader is a utility machine that combines the operating features of a hoe, dragline, and motor grader. Grader. Graders are used to grade earthen road formations and embankments to their finished shape within specified limits by trimming the surface. The graders can also be used for forming ditches, mixing and spreading soils, backfilling, and scarifying ground. Did you know in the environmental design professions, grading is a specifications and construction component in landscape design, landscape architecture, and architecture projects? Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Earthworks are engineering projects made with soil and loose rock. Using earth in engineering is one of the oldest applications of engineering. Earthwork is the process that involves excavating, transporting, and compacting the surface of the earth at another location. There are four main processes in earthwork, that is, excavation, transportation, unloading, and compaction. Earthwork operations are one of the necessary kinds of operations which are conducted in case of construction of any level of complexity. Foundation is an essential and important part of any building. Many types of heavy equipment are used for earthwork. Earthwork involves movement of a portion of the earth's surface from one location to another, and in its new position, creation of a desired shape and physical condition. On the job, a bulldozer operator can work in mines, quarries, road construction, agricultural operations, and building sites. The bulldozer operator uses the tractor and blade to level the soil, move rock and debris to other locations on the site, and to scoop out soil. An excavator is designed for use on construction sites and is quite expensive to purchase. Many smaller construction companies lease or rent these units to avoid the expensive overhead costs.